extra time.
Mishti Kotha, Bengal's newest taste of sweets.
When honestly, there are so many Indian players in the IPL. There's so much of local knowledge, that is, and I feel a lot of teams could actually would benefit from using a lot of our Indian coaches in the IPL because they know the Indian players better, they understand them a lot better. I think a lot of IPL teams miss a trick by not using more domestic talent in the coaching area and talent ID area, even if it is in assistant roles. That's my personal opinion. Coaches understand the system, they know it. They know a lot of Indian players. Every IPL team has at least 17, 18 Indian players. So that's my personal view. But I would love to see a lot of our boys get the opportunities to be in and around that environment, and then hopefully we can work with some teams to try and ensure it. For us, really, the goal has been that how do we develop these guys to grow on to become good first-class cricketers. Yes, winning or playing well in the Under-19 World Cup is nice, but that is not the be-all and end-all of developmental pathways program. Only 15 boys will get selected. But what has been really heartening for me over the last 3 or 4 years is how many of the boys who, not only the 15, but over the say, I can say every year if we have a batch of nearly, I would say in this batch, nearly 45 of them over the last 17, 18 months have played for India. At some game or the other, nearly 45 boys we have given an opportunity. And I'm really hoping that within the next 2 years, at least 30, 35 of them, if they go into first-class teams, 10, 15, 12 of them establish themselves in their first-class team, then that will be a success for us. We have ideas around the building of a new NCA, around some of our coaching and educational programs, around the camps that we're doing, the tournaments that we're doing. There's so many things that coach development. There's so many things that we have ideas. We've put out the proposals. So we'll wait and see. We wait and see how what happens in terms of thing. And I'm hoping that now we'll get a chance to move forward on some of these areas. And I think when you have role models and you have heroes like the senior team, and I think what Ishant and Shami and Umesh and Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Bumrah are doing is they are actually becoming in a way role models for a lot of the younger generation of boys who believe now they can be fast bowlers and bowl fast and actually be successful as fast bowlers in India. So I think it's great to see that. And as a group, probably this is one of the best fast bowling attacks we've ever had, and I think that's a great inspiration for a lot of these young boys. So spin's a little bit more of a challenge, I would say. But I think there are good spinners in the country. Don't get me wrong. But I think because of the amount of white ball cricket that has increased, the 2020, even so many domestic tournaments are white ball. It's a bit tougher for younger spinners to balance that, and I think that's one of the challenges we face at the under-19 level, is that finding for young spinners to be able to find that balance between white ball and red ball cricket. And I think that's going ahead. That's one of our goals. One of the things that we want to try and help and improve and work with our spinners is how do they make those adjustments. It's not that easy for spinners to do it, and I think that is a challenge from the ranks coming up. But we are still producing good spinners. Don't get me wrong. I think even in under-19 we've got some good spinners. But the adjustment from under-19 cricket to first-class cricket is probably been, as in my experience, been easier for batsmen and fast bowlers. It's not been that easy for spinners to be able to make that adjustment.
Yeah.
So we have to keep working on it. I think, as usual, as always, our strength really at this level. I think we've got a good balance in the team. We probably had more all-rounders in last year's team, if you look at it, because people like Kamlesh and Shivam could all bat. So last year's World Cup team, honestly, we batted all the way down to number 10. But otherwise, in terms of balance as well, I think the selectors have done a really good job in picking a good side that we feel pretty confident that we should be pretty balanced. So depending on the conditions, I think if the conditions in South Africa are there to aid fast bowlers, then I think we'll have a pretty good attack. I think we've got batting all the way down to 7, 8, 9. We've got spinners if conditions suit. So I think our balance is pretty good. I'm really happy with the way it's come together, and We had enough competition for places. So I think that was nice to see as well. Most of the guys who got selected here really had to perform and had to earn their spots. It didn't come easy. There was a lot of competition for all the places, and I honestly feel that some of the boys who will really be unlucky to miss out. There'll be very good players who are going to miss out in the 15, but like I always tell them, don't lose heart. It's just one World Cup. That doesn't define your career. You go back and play under 23, play for your first class teams, and you can, in 1 or 2 years, you can easily catch up with some of these boys who have played in this World Cup. Just because you play a World Cup doesn't mean you'll play for India. Just because you don't play a World Cup doesn't mean you won't. So it's not something to lose heart over. It's a nice achievement to have, but it's not the be all and end all of everything.
Hit the subscribe option and the bell icon to get all the exclusive sports videos on Extra Time.